Hi, I'm Ruth, otherwise known as the Delightful Planner, and I'm here to show you my new bullet journal setup that should hopefully carry me through the rest of 2016. I still stayed with a dot grid A5 Leuchtturm, this time in emerald, and I've got it all set up. As you can see, it's fully tabbed down the side, a bit tab-tastic, and I'm going to walk through what I can. There'll be some bits and pieces there because obviously it's confidential, like my address, which I nearly flashed off there. I've not filled out the contents yet, but I will, because I am a good bullet journalist. Right, starting off with, I've got my level 10 life. I am going to draw my circle here and plot out where I think I am on these points. And I've started to map out what I want to do for the top 3 in all of these categories to get myself to level 10. I've carried over my 52-week savings challenge that I have been mainly keeping up with. You can see I've not finished quite colouring in all of my circles, but I wanted to mark off what I have paid in so far, and it has been good. I've got to say I have saved a lot more this year than I do normally by doing this. Although I can't say that all of the savings have stayed in the savings pot, particularly when the cars need fixing. But it's been very handy to have it there and not be saying, oh dear God, how are we going to pay for the car? Next, I have my wish list item, which is supposed to look like a receipt. And we'll just ignore the fact that I really messed up that line there. I try and park things that I would really like there, so that rather than hankering after them and spending ridiculous amounts of time window shopping on my phone for them, I just park them on my wish list, know that I like them, and then hopefully it'll reduce the urge to buy them. And it has worked in some cases. I mean, some of these are like La La Land plans, that like it would be a good few years before we can think about going on holiday anywhere, never mind Disneyland. And other things are much more realistic, such as, getting a fountain pen. I put the wrong price there. That should be for the nib rather than the pen holder. I've got my tracking my 2016 reads. I've posted this on Instagram before, so you have seen this, and it's just a fun way of tracking which books I've actually read this year, because otherwise, for somebody who works in libraries, I had got to the point where I was struggling to read much at all. And then I've got a great big thick wad of paper, all washi taped together there, so that I don't flash off any of those confidential bits and pieces. But moving into the October setup now, I have got my old faithful health tracker. I have to improve on this. It's becoming a bit of a daft thing that since my back is getting better and better, I've started to forget to do my physiotherapy. And what is it that helped my back get better and better but my physiotherapy? So I'm getting back on track with this. I'm actually finding if I can get up in the morning and do the vast majority of it, I can then either try and remember to do some during the day, or at the end of the day I have a much better chance of actually achieving any. And a lot of the time, the stuff that I've done there is only the stuff I've remembered to do in the morning. But no excuses really, because otherwise my health will go backwards, so I need to get back on top of that. That's the really pleasant bit to do with the side effects of the meds that I'm on, and I've got a meds tracker down the side there as well. I need to do some catch-up filling with that, but it's basically just so I can track what I'm taking when, and make sure that I'm not taking too much. This is where my inner 5-year-old took over this month, and I just went insane with the stickers. Well, part of it was just to fill up the space, because this month I've drastically reduced the amount of stuff I decided to track for the month, because otherwise I suddenly looked at the end of September and realised I'd fallen behind with a lot of my tracking, and it wasn't that the stuff wasn't important, it was just that actually keeping on top of colouring in all of those squares felt like, well, a pain in the behind, to be honest. So I looked at my list seriously and decided, what did I really well and truly need to track? Because there was lots of stuff that had snuck on the list now that I think I've got well and truly established as a habit, and I just like the fact that I had all those boxes coloured in next to each other. So I put my Gold Star Junkie away for a while and thought, what do I need to track? And I've just reduced my list to that. And then I let my stickers explode everywhere because it makes the page fun and it means I like looking at it. Here at the bottom is an idea I got from Romany's Realm. I'll post the link below in the description. And this is basically about trying to give yourself a top 3. It can be a theme or it can be a job for each of the weeks within the month. So there'll be stuff that I absolutely positively have to do. That was just me making sure I know how much I have to have in my bank balance by a certain date so that the credit card bill gets paid. And then it also means I know that what else is left in there is money that can either be played with or saved away for the 52-week challenge. And otherwise, after that, I have got a whole load more, but I can't show you it because it's got all sorts of bits and bobs on and it's a bit too personal. But otherwise, it's October now. I started bullet journaling in, was it November 2015? So I'm coming up to a year. And it's still going strong. And I've got to say, it's been such a positive effect on my life. Just having a system and a routine for planning. And planning in this particular way and just keeping virtually everything in one book has had a phenomenally positive effect on my life, as well as all of the really cool planner people across the world that you get to connect with as part of it. So apart from that, that's me all done and dusted. I hope you all have a lovely day. If you've got any questions, ask them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them quickly. I'll post links to where you can find out more information about the bullet journal system itself. Basically, quick answer, it's bulletjournal.com, as the system was created by Ryder Carroll. And otherwise, I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.